Hello,
Okay.
everybody. We are back once again. Another day, another dollar, and another power rankings. Joining me today are the one and only Rexalis
You're
and Kyrogeniz.
What's up, everybody?
Hey, hey, hey. And today we are, of course, jumping right into our next division, Torpedoes Wave Pool. So, with that aside, just remember these are solely our opinions. If you believe in your team, don't take this too much to heart. A lot of our goal here is to try and get people to their teams, and this results in a better time all around. But if you believe in your team, again, good for you. This is just our opinions on where everything landed. So with that, we can jump right in, starting off with our number 12 slot. Cinder Race's champions. The
Yeesh.
team, it's championed by this Iron Bundle being our highest point mon, which, frankly, I would never really choose as something to be the best mon on a team. That doesn't really feel correct, but also kind of just clashes with a lot of what the team should do. You see the top three, Bundle, Blaziken, Latios, and really think like, wow, okay, you're really going out the gate, you're trying to break stuff. Or even also a nice complement to that Latios, but then you get lower down and then bring in stuff like Clefable and Pex and Terra Guard, or only Terra Captain, so presumably coming every week if we want to have Terra available, which I think you should always leave yourself the option of Terra. It's one of the most broken mechanics in the game, so it feels like there's a lot of clash here. I don't like Bundle being our best, but it does give us a nice speed tier. What do you guys feel about this team?
Hey man, this is a great Gen 8 team, bro. Let me tell you. It's slow, bulky, you got the it clears teleport, all that stuff, yada yada, right? But Gen 9, when you got heavy hitters coming out from left, right, and center, terrestrializing on you and just ruining your day. One taunt ruins Kyrogeniz day, by the way. It's just, yeah, like, we got to be doing something more here, bro. What I see here is just a bunch of big, fat, bulky, do nothing, passive mons. And honestly, like Kurt said before, you got the bundle, you got the Blaziken, you got good cleaners, but as for like any actual hitting power, you got nothing, man. So we got to figure something out. You don't even have like a good hazard game if you want to play like the bulky stuff, because if you do want to do that, you're forced to terrestrialize Guardian into Ghost, which is alright. Obviously, Guard, Ghost, Terra is like, very synonymous because of his ability. But like, hey, do not mention Sableye. I'm not using Sableye as a swim blocker. But we're just get that. So you're forced, like, everyone's gonna know what you're gonna tear this card. Everyone's going to bring taunt for it, or encore, and then it's just going to sit there and do nothing. Also, Covert Click exists, guys. Covert Click exists.
Yeah, I feel like this team,
that's all I can say.
No one. We had a team like this, similar to this yesterday, where there's not many like breakers for our endgame cleaners, Iron Bundle and Blaziken. There's just like, I feel like if the enemy team just has one bulky mon with a Covert Cloak, we're just never breaking anything.
It's over.
It's over. It's over. I
It's
mean,
so
Do you
over.
have any suggestions for this team, Jeremy?
I mean, I'm looking at like two different rosters here. You know what I mean? I see
Yeah,
this
there's a real clash.
balanced offense core here, and then I see this dull nation down there. Like, I don't know what we're trying to achieve here. Like, at least the bottom three need to go. Like, we can make Donphan and Clefable work here, but
yeah,
Guard,
I would do.
Tox.
I would drop Guard. I would get a different Terra Captain. I would also get a cheaper poison than Toxapex. And I would go after. There's a couple high tier guys still up in this league, so I would try to go after them.
Guys,
yeah.
We just dropped. Sorry to cut you off, but we just dropped Garganackle for Okie Dokie.
Yeah, that's
right?
Always a big improvement. Then our poison slot is freed up, so we can drop Toxapex for a way better mon. There's just a lot.
Like Milotic.
Like Milotic, like a lot of things. Yeah.
Tauros water. That made a Tauros water.
Roaring Moon.
Yeah.
Gouging Fire still up. What are we
There's
doing?
some good mons around. I would try.
Guys, let's go Sunbed.
That is my number one option. My
Oh.
number one thing about this team, you need someone who can come in and just do a lot of damage. You need a strong breaker, because currently this team just is not going to be making much progress without one. But I feel like we've set our number on this team, so we can hop right into our number 11 team, Drop Kamalas. Sporting this great Tusk, one of the best mons in the format. But after that, you know, we get some strong special attackers. I do like Great Tusk Weavile, for what it's worth. I actually don't think this team is, like, too bad. I think it's generally pretty solid. You rated it a little higher than both of us, Jeremy, so why don't you give your thoughts on this team?
So I literally just looked at the top 6. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of plumbers down there.
Yeah.
But
Real.
I am a big fan of the Tusk Allo core with a Weavile that have speed control. Pheasant Dipty is the box checking mon. Does the thing. It's great with Allo because it's perfect for wish supporting. And Latios, I honestly am a fan of. As our only ground immune besides Yon Mega, I'm not a fan of. But that's where we fix the plumber squad. We get like a Rotom in here. Like just Rotom base. And we get a better Terra Captain.
Yeah, the Terra
I
Captain.
mean, Jolteon's okay, but it's pretty
desired.
Jolteon's pretty awful.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a Jolteon fan. I'm also not a fan of it when we already have a super fast mon in that Weavile, who we are presumably
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well then what's the purpose of Jolteon? I feel like you could do a lot better for that Terra Captain slot, you know?
We certainly could. I think there's potential this roster. That's why I rated it higher. I think we just need to fix these 3 plumbers and make our most broken mechanic like accentuated in the terastallization. I think it'll be a solid roster.
I also don't like that our rocks are so gated. We have to bring Registeel, or we have to put them on Tusk. So that definitely seems like an issue. I mean, there are a couple things that can change around, but I would agree those Terra Captains are the biggest. Do you have any more thoughts on this before we move on, Devin?
Get some spikes, bro.
Yeah, I'm down for this
That's it,
team to
man.
get some spikes, dude. You know what? Fair enough, man.
spikes.
Fair enough. Coming in at number 10, we have Mafuse Monsters, sporting the Spectre, brand new addition to the season, and a lot of strong options to support it. It has a nice, it has pretty nice dark resists and pretty nice ghost resists in that Ursaluna and Tinkaton, and you know, the team's pretty good. I really like this Mandibuzz here. First of all, because our team gets absolutely destroyed by Earthquake. But also, again, with that Spectre, you really want things that can take Ghost moves and Dark moves for anything that comes in to revenge it, especially with Choice Scarf. So it's a really good addition to the squad here. Mandibuzz is going to be putting up numbers on this team. But, again, kind of similar to the last team. Once you get lower onto the team list, we get onto Toadscroll and Bronzong, which, again, I just really don't like. I don't know what you guys think about this team, but that's kind of like the big damper on it for me, personally. But
Yeah, we need a better spinner, bro. I'll be honest, like this Toadscroll wants some buns. If Game Freak smiled on my fucking boy Bronzong, we'd be eating good right now. But unfortunately, they will not give this mon rapid spin for some reason. So we need a better spinner. I hate the fact that both of our ground types are ground types that like don't really want to come in and take anything.
Yeah, this team doesn't have like
Ursaluna can,
real ground.
but yeah, it doesn't want to. You know what I mean? Because it wants to just come in, slow pivot, and just like hit its buttons. It doesn't really want to come in and take anything. Also, I don't like the fact that like our Hatterene is like, I don't like Hatterene here. Like we already have Tinkaton. Hatterene is kind of just like here. Like what's it gonna do? You know what I mean?
I
It's
will
just,
say,
like,
Magic
doing
Bounce is
nothing
pretty
to
nice
me.
for this team. You mentioned their spinner being bad, and I agree, because it's Toadscroll, and that
Mhm.
mon is not very good. But we do have Magic Bounce, and we have Mandibuzz, and I honestly cannot picture Mandibuzz staying on the bench for many weeks for this team. So, I mean, I feel like our hazard game is still pretty decent, regardless of our spin being on Toadscroll? Yeah, that's the guy. But, I mean, I do see where you're coming from.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not sold on the idea of getting a better spinner in the Toadscroll slot. I think I'm gonna be really brave here. We need to drop these 3 plumbers, Arcanine, Toedscroll, and Bronzong. We don't need the Steel type.
Not an
And our
Arcanine
Terra
fan,
Captains
huh?
are terrible. Not at all. And we have a Defog and Magic Bounce. We do not need the Hats to clear from Toedscroll. We need actual offensive sweepers, because they give Spectrier with a Scarf, I guess, to clean the game up. If something's to beat the Revenge Scarf, we have Ursaluna to break, Ogrepine, I guess, can Trailblaze, but it's not reliable. And then what? We got nothing, right?
Here, actually, wait, let me give him some real advice here, because I secured another league. You want, for your Terra Captain, a really strong fighting type, possibly with some Prio, to come in for the Spectrier and just mess up any dark types that want to mess with it in the late game or early game, whatever the case is. So if you can find that in that Arcanine slot, I'm not sure off the top of my head, maybe like, I don't know.
Tauros Paldea Fire.
Hey, there you go. That's one.
Yeah, it
Like,
would
if
be.
you find something like that, would be really, really good for your team.
Yeah, it would be pretty nice to
Rayloom.
have another Dark Resist. Because, I mean, we do have Tinkaton, we do have Mandibuzz, obviously, but having that fighting type would alleviate some of the pressure on those mons. Like I already said, Mandibuzz is also our big ground counter, so there's a lot of pressure on it already, and Tinkaton generally a mon that kind of gets active in the early game, so that also might not be the healthiest, and so having a strong fighting type could go a long way, because, I mean, there's a lot of strong dark types in this format, and, you know, could help. But, yeah, I think there is some good advice thrown around for this team. And there's definitely something here. You know, Spectre is super solid. I like a lot of the pieces. There's something here. It's just like a few tinkers in the lower slot could go a long way. But, number 9, we have the Guzzler. Maybe the most polarized team of all time.
2.
I mean, we have...
Yo, Sealed, what are we doing,
No,
bro?
whoa, no.
What?
I actually think this team is a lot closer to 2 than it is to 12, bro. I do not think this team is
I would agree.
bad.
I would agree, because obviously I put 8, but like 2 is crazy.
2.
2 is crazy.
Yo, by the way, 8 is closer to 12 than 2. The record.
No, but like, okay, yeah.
Just saying.
Shut up, man. Come on. You're so.
Okay,
Oh my
okay,
god.
no, this team is super, super threatening, alright? It has the speed, it has a good ground type that we're going to be bringing every week. I really, really like the Terrace Titan. It's super cheap, and it can afford to stay on the bench a lot of weeks. And this thing will win games. Like, there are just a lot of teams who are not prepared for a Slush Rush, Belly Drum, say Titan. And they're just gonna get swept. Like, there's a very real world where this thing wins multiple weeks for this team. For the points that it's at is insane. We have Terraless Decidueye, which I don't like, but whatever. My main issue with this team, and is the reason I had it higher initially, but I moved it down and down and down again, and I eventually landed at 5 because we are a Slowking team without a good Dark Resist. Our Dark Resist is Darkrai, and then you look for the other one, and it's not there, which is a bit shady to me, especially because that's such a big common weakness for Slowking. People are going to be packing Dark coverage a lot for that thing. Yes, we do have Terra on our Rhyperior, which could potentially turn into a Fairy in a lot of weeks, so I mean, there's some ways to alleviate that, but it's not the most elegant solution in the world. And yeah, I think this team is pretty solid, though. Obviously, you guys feel slightly different about it, so why don't you take it away?
I agree with a lot of what you said. I want to say that I agree with Terra Decidueye. I think that's non-Terra Decidueye. That's some buns. You know, either need to put Terra on it somehow, but I wouldn't trade out what you got here. I think what you got here is solid. So what I would suggest is maybe like a Bramblegast. This is like a side grade.
We need a Dark
really annoying with
Resist, bro.
Trink Sap. Oh, I guess that would help. Yeah, that would help. So yeah, big up Dark Resist. Maybe a fighting type would be solid, obviously, for the squad. Would help alleviate Slowking. Would obviously, you know, get rid of that ghost that you already have, and also just maybe something with like Prio as well. I know you have Jet Punch already, but you have some fast guys there, but something else like Mach Punch or just a little bit more Prio other than Jet Punch could be nice. You can say like a Water Absorber or you know, like a really bulky water guy could go a long way.
Yeah, this team does
Birder,
this
shout
team
out.
does no favors into to bulky grass. That is a
Not at
terrible
all.
matchup for this.
That is a terrible matchup for this team, and I know
Crazy,
you
no
say
fun.
it looks threatening. I see 2 threatening guys, maybe 3.
I see 3.
I'm not really
and a
impressed by the
Terror-
rest.
And a Terror Rhyperior and a Satight, to be fair.
Yeah,
I think
okay, you're seeing 5 then. I see
I'm seeing
3,
like 4
maybe
and a half.
4.
Which-
Darkrai Palathin's
and
a
some-
really good
some
start. I
decent
like it.
supporting Pieces.
Looking is a good pivot. Our knockoff absorb, like you said, is terrible. I'm not a fan of it. So Titan's cool. It's cute with the Glow King Chili reception. It's great. I'm fine with that. Hyperior is great. I'm not a big Skarmory guy at all, to be frank. And I like Davin
I
already
feel
harped on. The Decidueye is not very well positioned here in this draft, in my opinion. I feel like we had to check off the box of a defensive grass type. And then we picked the potential man grass type. You know what I mean? I feel like this Thunder Asterion also is not the best. I get the idea. It's to be like a second electric immunity for your Skarmory, but we can just get rid of Skarmory and change that out for a better offensive piece there as well. I'm just saying very vague things, but I think there's a lot of things that can move around because it feels like we have the start to a good offense, like bulky offense team, but we have these random like kind of like do nothing pieces, right? Like the redundant lightning immunities between Terra Hyperior and Thundurus. We have a Skarmory that just sets hazards, but we have enough hazard access as it is, in my opinion. Cyclizar is cool. I like Cyclizar. He's a good speed tier too. Between him and Darkrai, you have enough speed. But Decidueye doesn't do anything. Like he's not spin blocking. He's not eating it that well.
Yeah, that guy needs to go. That's my biggest complaint about this roster, probably. Oh, that and the dark thing. But yeah, I mean,
Get a nice fairy type in the
Yo,
squad. I'm
Heracross
happy.
would go crazy, no?
wait.
Well,
Maybe I'm not sold on that. But last thing before we move on, I need to know how you thought of this fucking logo, man. Of the fucking Guzzlord. Man. Did it like come to you in a dream, or like what, man? Like, how did this happen?
It's well drawn. I like it.
It is. That's the thing. It is kind of well drawn, which is also insane. But whatever. Next we have this team.
Crazy name.
Crazy, insane name. Gum Jet.
Uh-huh.
A newcomer to the league. So always nice to see a fresh face come around. This is a rather offensive roster, which you always love to see, and it has really good hazards. It has a fantastic hazard game with that Glamora, with that Cleavor, with that Excadrill, which is always what you want to see when you're looking at these IVAL teams. Couple things is that IVAL being the fastest mon usually isn't where it wants to land on a lot of rosters, but I mean, wow, you rated this at 11. Yeah, you are not a big fan of this. Why don't you take this away?
No, sir. Yeah, so I think with IVAL, you need to supplement it either with speed or prio. Doesn't have speed, doesn't have prio, so that's a problem there. I think Lamora, Cleavor is redundant as hell. You need to get rid of that. Personally.
Yeah.
I think Shaman is really mid. I think there's better special breakers on the board. So you can get rid of that. There's also no poison type.
We do have a
That
poison
sucks.
type.
And then
It's Glamora.
Lamar, sorry about that. But about that. I mean, I don't really think. Okay, it's a poison type, but it's not a poison type. You feel me? Because like, it's gonna die early.
You can
most
play
of the time.
this mon in other ways besides Suicide Lead. Just to be clear, this mon
I
has
haven't
a
seen
bigger
it,
bag
so-
than most people think of it having.
I get you. But I would definitely look to at least also like pick up like maybe like a psychic breaker in the shaman slot for the poison types that are gonna come for the Iron Valiant. That could be something huge for you.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Because poison types, counter the Valiant late game and stuff like that to feature sight, or even just someone that can like scarf psychic, Psy Shock, and just break that poison type. That pesky little guy that's gonna come in Rune Val's day. It's gonna be big. And then like I said, drop the Cleavor, it's redundant. And the rest of the pieces are okay. Actually, hold on. I also want to add, not a huge Excadrill fan, but it's cheap and it's nice. So.
I think
Whatever.
Excadrill is not the greatest mon of all time, but it's gotten at a point where it's like so cheap on our board that it's like it's
Yeah,
serviceable outside of sand.
chat.
Uh-huh.
We have 2 ground resists. Two real ground resists,
What about-
and they both are not happy to eat electric moves.
That is true. But okay, I will say that is not a common coverage combo. And two, Gyarados is really happy to see like something lock into
Earthquake.
An Earthquake. Yeah, it comes in, it gets a free setup,
But-
and I think this is one of the best sweepers, Terra sweepers in the format. To be
Oh, I
fair. I'm a
agree.
big
Gyarados is really holding us up for me, in my opinion. Like Gyarados, Valiant, Golden Go, and Rotom. I like those four. One of Glimmora or Drill has to go. I think
I think
they're a little
I think
bit
it's Drill.
I
think it's
they're
Drill.
fine
I
together.
don't know.
But then we don't have a ground type. I don't think that's correct.
I don't think it's Drill. I think it's Glim, to be honest with you. But
One up,
It could be close.
like if Glim gets knocked away for something else, like maybe maybe like Ogerpon.
I personally think this roster is fine as is, as long as you change out
It is.
Cleavor for one, and then maybe I
Huh.
think Shaman could be something better. Cleavor for sure.
Cleavor.
Is not it.
So Shaman for a second type for sure.
But I'm also a way stronger believer in this roster than you two, so maybe that's just
Guys,
from my perspective.
this is the Iron Boulder team.
John Boulder.
Oh my god! Wait, he's right. You know,
Loki
This-
does
this is the Iron Boulder team.
disguises.
This is the
I
Iron
mean,
Boulder team.
I would never, in good faith, recommend that Pokemon, but
No,
No,
but this is
shoot,
it.
It's good,
Look
man.
into
It's
it,
good.
man. Look
It's
into
psychic type too.
we gotta move on. We're
No,
getting
this
lost
is
in
it.
the sauce. we gotta get out of here. Alright.
Pick it up. Pick it up.
Dude, they never let me talk about Iron Boulder.
we have to. We can't have Boulder propaganda live on YouTube, bro. It's not right. All right. Number 7 though is Brock's Chef Proteges. This is maybe the most annoying roster I've ever seen. Can I be honest? I mean, it has
Amen.
Garchomp, it
Amen,
has
bro.
Torn, it has Petarod. I mean, I feel like I just stop it at those 3 mons. Those are the like. This roster is going to be so annoying to break and to deal with, but it's not too strong because there are some like do nothing guys on here. Like Regieleki is not good, and I'm honestly a way more I'm a bigger believer on Iron Thorns on this team than Terra Sylveon, and I know I do have a Terra Sylveon on my roster, so. Insane thing for me to say, but there are just a lot of slow passive guys on this team. I don't know how you guys feel about it. Admittedly, probably pretty decently. You feel about it the same as me, but why don't you speak on this team, Jeremy, as someone who rated it slightly lower?
I'll be honest. I wanted to put this team higher, but I think some of the other teams are better. The big thing I liked about this squad is the Urshifu, Tornadus, and Petrarunt trio is great. I like having Heatran to answer all these very weak guys. However, 2/3 of our main defensive core are very, very ground weak. Granted, Petrarunt can eat those like a beast because he's Petrarunt.
Yeah,
But-
Petarant is pretty good into a lot of Earthquakes, and we also have one of the best Earthquake immunes in the format.
We do. And it's not like a glaring like, wow, the whole thing is ruined. But I liked Sylveon a lot in the speed draft era, but the more I kind of like see it and look at Mons compared to it, I'm not that sold on it. I'd rather see a more offensive fairy type here like Gardevoir.
You could see
It's kinda like
Florges,
one-to-one with
which
it.
is faster and
Florges could be
2
good
points
here
cheaper.
too, yeah.
Maybe you get something on our roster
It
that
also-
isn't Thwacky. I don't know.
It's also way bulkier.
Dude,
and
I'm a
has-
Thwacky believer. I'll be honest.
I'm not a
Right.
Thwacky believer here, but Regieleki, you're a bum.
Regieleki sucks,
You're here.
and it's also our only hazard removal, which is probably my
Yeah,
biggest
you're a
issue with
bum.
the team, to be quite
We
frank.
need a
Emon-
defogger.
Emon is
Yo,
not good.
here's what we do. We drop Regieleki for another guy of equal pointage, 6 points, something like that. Then we move Sylveon to Florges for a point cheaper, right? And then we pick up Braviary as your defogger. Boom, done.
This team can't afford to defog. I mean, you're so good at getting up rocks. It's actually like clockwork. You can for sure afford
It's disturbing.
to have a guy who is not Regieleki. You also don't need the speed tier because you already have Tornadus. I mean, obviously Regieleki is going to be good into. It's going to be like faster than things like Meowscarada and Greninja, who isn't even on a roster in this league actually. so maybe scratch that. But like,
Crazy.
like your speed tiers are still pretty set even without Regieleki, and that mon sucks. But yeah, I guess
Agreed.
we've said a lot of our piece on this team. Any other thoughts before we move on from this one, Davin?
Save Thwacky, man.
Save Thwacky, so wise.
Save Thwacky.
The grassy terrain for the,
I can't
for the Petra
advise.
and the
I
Grand
cannot
I
advise
believe, dude.
saving Thwacky. But
I
with that,
believe save Thwacky.
we
man.
can move on to number 6, Sleepy Snorlax. Another bit of a polarizing team. All across the board, we see all the way from 2 to 11 and pretty much everything in between. Why don't you start, Jeremy? Again, a big believer of this team, ranking it all the way at number
Dude, this
2.
team is awesome. This team is awesome.
Sell
Can
me
I
on
be
this
honest?
team, 'cause
There's-
I like see the vision, but I don't see it quite as much as you,
There's-
obviously.
I will address the one problem I have with it. Well, technically 2, I guess. We have 2 extreme speed guys that are tearing. Kind of redundant. Not a big fan of
One
that.
those needs to
And,
change for anything else.
Yes. And Serena's our hazard clear, which is never a good feeling. But, you know, we're there. However, I look at the top 6. The 6th one being whatever E-speed you want to keep. And this is just such a dreamy core. We have a strong... This is the pure offense core, right? Like, let's not kid ourselves. Primarina
This
is
is
not
true.
defensive. Kyurem is so hard to switch into. Cinderace and Primarina can pivot in so well. Samurott, Gliscor, good fast, low U-turns. Great defensive pieces. Hazards will go up. You don't even need to block them because you're just going to kill people that try to come in and spin block it, right? Like, it doesn't matter. It's extremely powerful and upfront damage. I think if you play... This is one of those teams that Josh would like.
insane-
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it has some bulky guys and it has some powerful breakers between Kyurem and Cinderace.
And they pivot.
Primarina, and they all
This is a
pivot.
Josh team.
A lot of them pivot in between. This actually is a Josh team. No, I actually do kind of see the vision. I don't like Serena being our hazard clear with Cinderace because I really love just running Choice Band Cinderace every week. It's one of the most fun things I've ever done in draft. But obviously, sometimes you can't really do that.
It's so good.
And if you're not able to bring Serena, then it's like, okay, maybe I want boots on my Cinderace actually. And like you said, one of these Terra captains. What are your thoughts on this team, Davin? You rated it a little higher than me, so yeah.
Dude, I love the logo.
Oh, that is.
I just gotta say it, like, I know
logo
this is
is
random
crazy.
as all, but dude, I love the Teddy Ursa, man. That's not why I rated it this way.
Wait.
Just
While we're
for that.
also
But-
going off on tangents, can we? I've never looked at
Mhm.
Sliggoo Hisui. What? That thing is so freaky. By the way, just look at it. I'm sorry, man. I just had to say it before you get onto your point. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree with most of what was said. Definitely drop one of these 2 guys. I'd probably drop the Entei only because, like, we already have Cinderace for like fire coverage, and Entei doesn't offer much instead of like that and like extreme speed, right? At least in my knowledge. So if you have something like, I don't know, some electric type or something to like diversify the offensive damage profile and still get like somewhat of a speedy guy in here, could be useful. Or even just picking up like Terra, I guess Lucario is kind of like a sweep around. Yeah, I don't know, just some extra type guy. What I would suggest. But I like the team overall.
A second ground immunity that's not named Misdreavus could be pretty nice for this team. I will also say that.
Oh, true. That's
Um,
true.
God forbid this team plays against something with Memo swine coverage, and it's
It's so
slightly-
over.
It's slightly cooked. So I mean,
It's so
I
over.
could help a little, but yeah. Now we are.
There's only one
coming in-
Mammoth Swine, guys.
There is only one Mammoth swine. I don't even think it's on the roster though. But I mean, there are things with ground ice coverage. But coming into our top 5, this is the cream of the crop. Coming into Crafty Scrafty.
Found the memo.
Oh wait, Memo is on the roster. Never mind.
There
it's
is
cooked.
a memo.
It's cooked. Why don't you guys intro this? Well, like Davin, why don't you take this one away? Because
Not a real steel type. Not a real steel type. Sorry.
Are you okay?
all right,
No, I'm good.
fair point.
Dude,
fair
King
point.
Ebbets, okay, fraud steel type, bro. I love King Ebbets, don't get me wrong, but like, you're not saying this, you have to think of the fairy hits for,
Yo,
what,
counterpoint. Who cares?
bro?
This team is pretty.
You don't need a
good
good
at
steel type?
destroying you.
Yeah, who cares about a good steel type? What?
I
Let's
mean-
get this bass brain out of here, bro. This is HO to a fucking T. Excuse my language, but this is such a good HO team. And Weezingao is a bit fraudulent here, I won't lie. He's just the guy that needs to come in and get rid of hazards in a pinch, but I've seen worse teams from the Beyond. But Dragapult, Iron Moth, Ogerpon, that's just extremely fast momentum and hard breaking power. And then oh my god, Mamoswine. Just leaving Mamoswine, are you going to click Rocks? Are you going to click Icicle Crash,
I
Earthquake?
do love that one.
Who knows?
That
Who
one is really
knows?
good.
That guy's so good. However,
you notice how he didn't put Kingambit in his like good
That guy's-
things list? You notice
he's
that?
not a breaker, he's a sweeper.
Crazy.
Anyways,
Yeah,
our Terra captains are Brute Bonnet and Suicune.
Brute Bonnet needs to
Suicune
go,
Shice,
man.
bro.
This mon.
Suicune I can believe in. Suicune I can believe
We need to
in.
get this
Brute Bonnet's gotta go.
mushroom off my screen.
Brute
as soon
Bonnet
as
has
possible,
gotta go.
Bro. I am so sorry. Except I'm not sorry. I hate you, Brute Bonnet.
Damn, bro. Bro got smoke for Brute Bonnet. Yo, you know you know what could be crazy here?
Yeah.
Low kicks. The points don't even fit. There, what we're talking
We're
about.
just saying.
Yeah, if we can make these points work, sure, man. You find where to get those points
Yeah,
to fit,
I
and
mean-
I can see Terra low
Hey,
kicks here.
get rid of King Bum. All right, for steel,
I
real
do
steel
like
type.
I do
pick
like
up low
King
kicks.
Bum with Dragapult. I think they work well together, decently enough.
Fear combo. Yeah.
I do hate.
Yeah.
I would personally never drop this thing. I also will
Guys,
say
he's
perfectly
I like
fine
the
here,
steal
guys.
way less than you guys. A big reason for that is Brute Bonnet. I hate you. And also we have the biggest, stupidest, ugliest little momentum sink of all time in Weezing. But it's also the only
guys,
thing
yeah.
stopping like a Scarf
Yeah.
Earthquake from killing us in real life. Like,
Another team that could use a Braviary defog assistance.
just something coming in and clicking Earthquake. It's so cooked, man. We need to bring in badass Weezing. Oh no.
Yeah,
man.
that is the
Oh,
one
no.
red flag to me too, Mr. Cardinals. You know, I'm gonna say something forbidden.
Yeah.
Something that I would never
Be brave.
actually
Be
ever,
brave.
ever.
He's gonna say drop Dragon Ball.
Whoa.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
That was a
Whoa.
joke. That was a joke.
Me.
Yeah. we know.
Anyway,
Go.
I think we can either go for a Talonflame or Tentacruel here
Ugh.
over this Weezing.
Low-key
I
he's
know,
Right, though.
but they offer
We
way
need-
more momentum.
we need a different
and
ground
pressure
type,
than-
a ground immunity that's not Weezing G. Because in our current state, Weezing G is coming every week.
Because if we go
That's
if we go
not good.
Tentacruel
That's
over
not good.
Weezing, we can drop Suicune for a different ground immune, like Miss Magus or something, like Kilowattrel Terra.
Yeah,
Like there are
Miss
options
Magius
for that.
up? Dude,
Miss
get like
Magus is
get
up,
a
bro,
flying type in like Miss Magius. I mean, could be.
and the game is so
Be
won.
the move. We'll just have to see though.
Game is so
Again,
won.
this roster's still pretty good. Making the top 5 is no slouch, but there's just a few issues here and there. Now, top 4 we have Morgram. Bro! Sorry, that's probably
That
kinda
went crazy.
Yeah, I mean, did not have a team like this coming out of the draft, but
Sorry. Oh, what happens? I passed it from the aura. Sorry, bro.
passed out.
I couldn't even fuck. Oh,
It happens, man. It
you
happens.
give me shy aura, bro.
Oh,
No, I
That's
mean-
crazy.
I think. I think this team is really shy. Just take it over real quick. I mean, it's a raid team, right? It's a pretty good raid team. He's got, he's got the best Terra captain. He's got Floatzel. I mean, what more do you need, honestly? You bring in Dia Speed, just like set up your hazards or keep him in the back, outspeed anything that would even threaten to outspeed Floatzel. I don't even know if can anything outspeed like the combination of these two in the format.
A fast.
Oh, Regieleki,
like a
maybe?
really, really fast Scarfer. I don't know.
Like
Scarf
Deoxys.
Regieleki. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
like if you had Deoxys speed on your roster.
Yeah, but I mean, this guy has complete and utter speed control. Any fighting types that would want to come in and threaten like any like Primal Mach punches, he has Zapdos. Any like sucker punches, I mean, he has Overquill. Like, I mean, this roster is really well built, constructed. I like it. I don't know. I think it's really solid all around.
You're the rain guy, Jeremy. What are your thoughts on this?
I'll be so brave. Even though we are ranked in the exact same spot in the Power Rankings videos,
Yeah.
this guy's team is the worst version of mine. And I think it is large in part to those 2 bums in the last slots.
Oh yeah, by the way, yeah, this guy has Terra Mousehold. His points don't fit that. So
Yes, so he does not have Terra
yeah,
Mousehold.
that might very well change in the very immediate future.
However, Mousehold is irrelevant. It's just a wasted slot, in my opinion. This Fortress guy, you touched on a little bit. Rain teams, they're not meant to play defensive. They're meant to be mask off, go hard offense. So why in the hell do we have the momentum sink that is Fortress? The guy who does literally nothing but sit there.
He can Volt Switch, buddy. Ever heard of it?
Oh, wow, man. Guys, he's my ice switching.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
man. You know, I think this team would be way better if we, again, just got a cheap defogger in the emergency, sticky web week so you guys don't instantly lose the game. And honestly, it'd be pretty great because Dio speed being a lead with hazards or just straight up starting to break, or an endgame cleaner after Floatzel gets the weather taken away because Pelipper had to die or whatever. I think it'd be a really strong team as well. I mean, it's still number 4, but I don't know. This Fortress really feels awful.
We have a cheap defogger, buddy. Its name is Mousehold. Get with the times, old man. It's 2025, all right? Mousehold is.
It's for your hazard. No, man. No.
It's shy.
Oh, it's so cooked.
No, drop Fortress. Keep the Terra Mousehold. That's our solo removal. We're back, baby. We're back.
Oh.
No, I do like.
Yeah, all the real drop those last 2, bro. Please.
Overquill is so huge for rain teams, especially because we need a nice knockoff switch in with our Dio.
And a Spectre answer.
And a Spectre answer. So I mean that's pretty cool. Kind of like your team, I really like Lando here on Rain. I think that's a really nice piece. I am not the biggest fan of Dio Speed Rain. I think it's kind of redundant with our Swiss Swimmers, but there's also some potential
It
there
is.
for, it's really good at getting up hazards. The Mon is still D speed, so yeah, it's slightly redundant, but it's still gonna do great things. So yeah, there's some things to improve on here, but it's still a solid Rain roster. Again, the floor on Rain is just always going to be pretty high, so good things here, good things. Our top 3, now we're really getting into the best of the best for this league. We are going to have the one, the only, being for the benefit of Mr. Might, of course.
Yo, what? Hold on.
It's some
timeout.
Yeah?
Why are there 2 10s in this roster?
I don't know. In fact, we have one of the offenders in the call with us as we speak. So let's hear his thoughts on this team first.
How much did the
really
top
curious.
2 pay you, bro?
I'm really curious.
Dude, this guy's not even here. He can't even defend himself. He's getting
gone?
hit right now.
Right.
I may have overlooked this a little bit. I'll be honest.
Nice.
I think the biggest thing that I saw, I'll tell my biggest gripes. Okay, my biggest gripes is, one, I'll be honest, I know he's good. I don't like Iron Treads being so. I don't like Iron Treads, man. I don't like Iron Treads.
I actually really
like
hate having one of the best utility mods.
Yeah, your third best.
That's actually so bad.
That's awful.
You're right, man.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And then also, our Terra captains feel bad.
Yeah, I mean, Oricorio is not a great mon, and Quagsire is also just not a good Terra. Hey.
But you get 4 of them.
Like this is
4
hear me out. This is a team that you bring the top 6 every week, and you don't even think about terroring the bottom 3. You don't even think about the bottom 3.
Oricorio. Oricorio's those
feed force to
1,000.
bring.
It's like one of those.
Go ahead.
1,000 games in one cartridges.
That's
Oricorio. It has a bunch of options, and it can be 4 different types. But none of them are very good.
No, it does them all extremely well.
Hey, Snesu's good, bro.
Yeah,
but
Snesu.
If he were to replace any of the top 6 in a given matchup with either Quagsire or Oricorio, I feel like the team is just worse off in the matchup. I don't even gotta look at it, right? So that's my biggest gripe with the team, and why I rated it, I guess, so low. I'm probably looking back at it now, probably would have rated 10, but I don't think it's a number 2 roster. I can say by that.
I think this roster, again, I'm not a big Sneasler fan. or a big Rillaboom fan, but I do like that after drafting our top 3, we went and got not 1, not 2, but 3. Actually, not 3, but 4 guys in a row who are really good into ground type moves. So that's really funny. But
Lucario!
I mean, if you are going to draft it, I guess drafting them together is pretty viable. I'm a big Uxie believer. I think Iron Treads is a fantastic mon. Our Terra captains are a pretty dog. Am I wrong to think that our roster would improve if we just switched Quag Terra to Regigigas Terra? I mean, I think it's slightly more expensive, but like,
Dude, no, he's not bringing. They're not bringing any of the bottom 3.
okay,
It's
and
not
then we
happening.
get a different Terra captain that's not John Corio, and then the rosters
I don't know if
it gets better.
I would agree. I would agree with that.
so. You'd have to like go Terra Tauros and like Terra Regigigas, bro. Does that sound good to you? Or like Terra Vikavolt and Regigigas.
Yeah, our Terra captains. There's some combos.
Wait!
There's
Time out!
some combo in there. What?
Terra Typhlosion Hisui
I'm down.
over Oricorio.
Like the
I'm
lead
with
you
that
can-
actually.
saved.
I think
Yeah.
that's good. I think it's good.
That can go hard. Yeah, that just totally slipped my mind
'Cause
before.
they're- 'cause
That goes
they're-
crazy.
There are definitely
We're
weeks where you
back.
just like bring a Scarf Typhlosion Hisui and
Yeah.
just
Yeah, that guy
destroy
is
the
a
enemy team.
beast breaker.
And there's so much offense here.
yeah.
Like, how do you stop all of it? You don't.
You
I'm
know,
with that a lot.
GG.
Here, Nave, write
It's
it down.
over.
Nave, write it down.
The
I'm
league's
DMing
good,
you right now, Nave.
But wow, you're DMing him mid video. That is crazy.
Yo, I helped him make
That
his
is pretty
team,
good.
alright?
Number 2, we have the Reggie Sadgus. Rebranding from the Regigigas.
Dude,
Side
he's
note,
crying,
I
man.
like that the little side eyes are crying too. That's
Yeah,
a
they're
nice-
crying too.
That's a nice
A
detail.
beautiful,
I really appreciate
beautiful
that.
detail.
Yeah, this roster, this is a bulky ass roster. It's got some excellent hazard game between Terapagos and Tinglu and Metagross and Annihilate. It's like this team can play that hazard game, and it plays it probably better than any other team in this league. It plays it really well. A couple struggle points for me. This roster, again, like many teams in this league, is kind of I'm like the most broken record of all time. Is super ground weak. I feel like we're forced to bring Rotom-Mow so often, like so often, which is not great in my opinion. That's definitely something holding this roster back a little bit.
He's only got 2 ground week,
Yeah, but like, it's like
and he's not
always a
bringing
good click.
Dragalge every week.
I know,
Then it might be.
but it's like always
Alright.
a good click, like legit always.
I get that. That's fair. That's
Which
fair.
is never a great spot to be in my humble opinion. But this team
Well, he's got 3. I
does
can't
what it
math.
does very well, and for that I can respect it. Obviously, you love this team. You're number 1, so I mean, take it away. Let's hear your thoughts on this squad.
Type shit. Type shit. I think, like you said, the hazard game is really strong, and I think he has like an incredible cleaner in Inteleon. I think this Inteleon mon really fast. It hits super hard with Terra. Just Terra serve on like all the hazard chipped mons that are on the enemy team in the late game, and you're winning every game. And then of course we have the one, the only Volcarona, 1 Quiver Dance, and in the late game, and this thing is set off. And like he's 2 really potent cleaners, and he has a million ways in the top 4 mons to just break down the enemy team piece by piece. And obviously you have to be careful with Annihilate. Another little cute thing that I want to point out here, sorry Shield if I'm unveiling this tech, I guess, is that if you bring Palmot and Annihilate, the like Great Fist stacks stay the same if you revival busting.
Holy
So-
chills.
Yeah, I think it's a really cool combo. So that's another niche little thing that could come out from this team that I really like over their kind of like tricks in the hat bag. And even revival busting like a Ting Liu or maybe not Targus, but like a Metagross or the Annihilate,
Dude,
these big bulky guys, like
you spend like
there's a
30
lot of
turns
HP.
trying to get rid of Tinglu, and then this
Exactly.
chucklefuck, smiling wide, just looking at man. He just brings it back. Nice, man. Nice.
Look
Nice,
energy, bro.
I'm
Look
man.
having
energy,
on the
man.
spot.
Yeah, dude. Like it's really annoying to get to this team. And then once you finally get through it, you have Volcarona and Teleon sitting there like smiling back to back, ready to blow your head off. So I love this team. Number 1.
Any thoughts on this team before before we move on to our final slot, Jer Bear.
I think this guy just likes bulky teams. You know what I mean? This guy has like
I
a
respect that.
such a
Me?
hard on for bulky teams. Yeah, you.
Bro, what do you? My current team is. Never mind.
Yeah.
Stuff like this is how I always used to play the game. Right? I mean,
No, I get it.
I'm salivating just looking at it.
Listen,
I will
I
say-
see the vision,
Yeah. I agree.
but I think there are better iterations we can go towards that are a bit more offensive. Like a lot of people are Dragauji believers. I'm not a Dragauji believer. I think it's an okay mon.
I love it.
Inteleon's fine here. It's a good speed tier, which is cool. but
we
I
desperately
person-
need that speed.
We do.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Me too. And Volcarona, I am a Volcarona believer. It's really just Palmont, man. I don't know. Like, Rival Blessing is the only, like, merit to it. I know. I was the guy. Double Shock Terra Electric. Yeah. Woo!
Oh yeah.
Then what? Then what?
Then,
Yeah,
hey,
it's-
you know, Choice Band, Terra Fighting, Iron Fist, Mutt Punch to your head, bro. That's what, bro.
I will say, I ranked this team 7, but I think it's just like a couple changes away from like pretty quickly moving into like solidly like one of the best teams pretty easily. Like there's
What
like
would you change?
a lot. Like what would I change? I would
Yeah.
probably need some ground immunity that's not Rotom Mo. Probably one of our Terra captains, which unfortunately might mean the end of Palmont. If you really wanted to hang on to Palmont, you can get rid of that Volcarona slot. And that's probably where I would look first. Quite frank, if I may be frank. I don't know though. It's tough to say. But with that, we can move on to the number 1 team in all of Wave Pool, that being the one, the only, Mount Pyre Mythics. Now I think this
Back
team,
to back.
back to
Jeez.
was this back to back? Well, we
I'm pretty
ranked-
sure it's back-to-back
we
first
ranked,
ranks, yeah.
Syphilog Poliwraths on last season. I think I ranked
Did
this
we?
team. Yeah, no, we
You did,
Yeah,
yeah, you
we
did.
did, we did,
Yeah,
we
you
did.
did, you did.
I ranked this team number 1 last season, and I am doing it once again. I think this is pretty clearly the best team in all of the division. I have not much negative to say about this team at all. And man, it has one of the best mons in the format, Masquerada. This team has.
I got one.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Our poison type is Swalot.
This
That's
is
it.
true. Okay,
Swallow is shice. It's
Swallow
no,
being
Swallow
our
shice,
poison
bro.
type is
It's
not very
shice.
good.
Guys, Arbok is just better
Dude, Swallow. No, it's not, bro.
than
But,
Swalot.
like-
Yes, it is. Carry on.
It has one of the best mons in the format. Lando I, and it has 1 million ground immunities, and man, we have a fantastic Terra Captain Fairy, insane prio. Dude, this team has so much crazy prio, and the one thing it's kind of lacking is breaking power. That's like the major red flag for me. You know, you have a lot of guys come in and sweep stuff like Ceruledge, stuff like Choice Scarf Meow and Comfey, but like the only real breaker is going to be that Keldeo, which is strong, but there's just sometimes it's not going to be able to get it done against certain mons in particular. So that's kind of my one red flag about this team, but everything else is just green around the board. I love this team.
Yeah, I know I just said I have one complaint, but that's a fake complaint if you guys couldn't tell. This team's awesome. I really can't think of much that I don't like. Our defensive core is synergistic. We have strong access to priority. We have diversified sweepers. We have Landorus, one of the best ground types to ever do it. Corviknight's actually on a good team. Mesprit supports it really well, so there's not just an ice neutral guy to eat it. And there are ice neutral guys, but you have 2 ice resistances right there. Keldeo and Ceruledge, and eat them like cake. It's awesome. It's awesome. This team's great. I like it a lot. Terra
Yeah,
captains are
this
good
is
too.
really
You know,
good.
I can't complain
Yeah,
about
we
them.
have good Terra
Comfey,
captains.
really
Yeah.
good. Really good.
Oh,
They both
so
check
now,
all.
so now we like Comfey. That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah, it's
You-
because we're
are you okay,
trying to
bro?
sabotage
Keep-
your team.
I just
Keep
I'll just
keep
say
your
it-
personal gripes for outside the video, bro.
I'll just say I recall in the past, someone in the call, maybe two, were not the greatest Comfey Lakers. That's all I'm
Right.
saying.
Well, you're a generational hater ranking it all the way down at 2. So why don't you give us
What?
some of your complaints about this team since you hate it so much, obviously.
I don't hate it. What do you mean? I love this team.
I mean,
I love this team, man. I
there's gotta
think
be
he's
something
got.
wrong with
I
it,
really.
though.
I just like Reggie. He's sad because his team more. I like the playstyle more. I don't know. It's solid, man.
Right.
I'm also not.
Right.
I'm also not a huge believer in this Sterilage Mon. To be honest with you, I don't like it.
I think he's
It's kind of fraud.
quite good when you have easy access to removal, which Corviknight gives us. If you can't get rocks off reliably, then the Mon without Terra is definitely not it. But I like him here. His typing's great. He gives us a nice ghost type, which we otherwise lack. And, you know, since we do have that reliable, Mon gets way, way better pretty instantly. So, hey, I like this Mon.
If I had to super nitpick, I guess like no spinner. And yeah, we have Corviknight, but
Yeah, that's also
I don't know how to keeping your hazards down, yada yada. But that's a super niche nitpick. So.
But you know,
Yeah.
otherwise, great team. But yeah, wow, we've made it all the way to the end. Here are the final rankings. What is this? What's happening? Minimize.
Exposed.
What it exposed? Yeah, truly. Here are all of our final rankings, just for clarity. But yeah, we've made it all the way to the end. Here's to another great draft season. Any other closing remarks before we send this one off?
Jeremy, go before I go.
I'll see you guys in week 0.
See you in week 0.
0.
We've already seen them.
Yeah, what to say?
We're going back.
Hey, remember to like and subscribe, all that good shit. Peace.
Wow.
You heard the man. So inspirational.
You heard the man.
So inspirational.
Type shit.
Generational.
Bye bye.